Hey guys, it's a History Nerd, and we are back with another exciting episode of Silent Hunter 5. Where we last left off, we had dealt some damage to a nasty allied convoy. However, it was outside of our mission parameter location thingy, so it doesn't count for anything. Which, that's a bit annoying, but it is what it is. Anyway, we're off to the North Atlantic to continue the hunting and looking for allied vessels, convoys in fact, to sink and, you know, put to the bottom of the ocean. Oh dear. Oh dear. Can I? No. There we go. Alright, so with a fresh load of fuel and a fresh load of torpedoes, we're off to find ourselves some trouble. Basically said everything I need to say. We're heading to the North Atlantic. We're looking for convoys. I'll be back when we find one or the other. And after days of hunting, literally days, well, in-game days, I think we got into the North Atlantic on the 1st, and it is now the 5th, sailing around, finding and detecting nothing. We've come across a merchant ship. Now, actually, we'll go back here. And we'll do this.
Oh, stop.
Well, there's, yeah, you can see it. Well, hear it. Doesn't sound like there's a lot there.
Half speed ahead.
So if this is indeed just a merchant ship and isn't a gigantic convoy, which it doesn't look like it. There might be 2 ships. This means that we're not going to bother wasting torpedoes on these guys. 2 ships we can take with the deck gun, provided, of course, we don't get fired on. So,
Man the deck gun!
thank you. Sorry you got absolutely trounced by a wave while shouting
Task
orders.
force sighted. Bearing 30.
It's not really looking like much of a task force, but well, I guess anything more than a single ship would be a task force. So I can't get down your throat too much there, Dieter. I would just like... It's like aiming at a freaking aircraft. I just want to shoot these guys. That's all I want out of life. Still no dice, huh? That is a pain. Come on. Alright, we'll bounce around a bit. I guess it is, I mean, it's not really conducive to shooting these guys with the deck gun at the moment. For obvious reasons when you know, look at these goddamn waves. Can we even get a sight on them? Can we even get a sight? Can we even see them? Ah, there we go. How far out are they? About 8 kilometers. Alright, and he's about like that. So we'll just let the sea do its thing and keep our eye on where this hits. Well, that was close. I'm not sure if it was actually a hit. Let's get in closer. Very close. Let's try again. The problem being, of course, the length of time it takes for these shots to fly. bit too high, so we'll try that. We'll just send a few volleys over their direction now. 3. Let's see how that does for us. That's probably a hit. That's probably a hit. That's definitely not a hit. Alright, well, the old captain is going to climb out of the sea and stay relatively dry. We should have a shot on them. And, well, Max takes care of the aiming and the shooting for now. I'm going to go check out to see if we actually did any damage. We can see we're a ways out. It's definitely some long-distance sniping going on here. But let's see, have we done any damage? Looking pretty pristine. Anything below the waterline? I highly doubt it. Yeah. Looking fairly pristine. It's also looking like it's got some machine gun turrets on there. But it's not like I used a cheaty view or anything to discover that. Also, it's not like I'm going to do anything to really change that. And they're definitely taking evasive maneuvers now, so we can probably turn into them a bit more. You better be firing that gun, Max. Doesn't really sound or look like you are. You're still there, right? Hitting the spacebar, expecting to jump. That is not going to be helpful in a sub-sim. And I mean, I can understand it. Considering the size of a submarine, why would you bother modeling jumping? Let's get zoomed in. Give me my camera controls back. See, even knowing if it's a hit, I want to see the explosions when I shoot my gun. So I keep my eye on the ship out here and not... Yeah, so you see we're landing way too far out. There we go, that might be better. Oh good, an autosave. Thank you. In case it crashes, I have a return point. Which has been happening to me more often, and it's a little bit frustrating. I don't like it when games crash, obviously. I don't think anybody enjoys it when a game crashes. But, noticing on these longer voyages where not much happens for a very long time, that it gets frustrating when it crashes. Alright, let's see if we can't maybe get a couple shots into that guy too. About like that. Should be good. Nope. That way?
All stop.
All stop. I don't know about that. Let's get closer.
New waypoint. Course 19. Returning to
All right,
course.
Max, take over.
Half speed ahead.
I've had enough fun with the 88. Anytime, Max. Alright, well... Take your time, Max. There, that's a shot I'm looking for, right into the superstructure. And actually, you know what? I think I will pull an all-stop. Just to make it a bit easier on my gunner. And to keep out of range of those pesky machine guns. That is certainly the ship we want to sink first. Yeah, hit the smokestack. I don't think the other freighter's armed, and I mean, it's perhaps coming in on a bit of an intercept course. Which, I'm not going to lie, it makes me a little nervous. I don't want to get rammed to death by a freighter. I think that would be a horrible way for Gunther von Babenberg and the crew of the Defiance to meet their end. Now that we're getting shot up, how about we drop down a little bit, guys? That sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? Although, really, this could be far worse. In the multiplayer game today, discovered what it's like to surface with 2 destroyers around you. And, it's not recommended. I know that comes as a shock, I'm sure. Come on, get under. Oh, because we're under fire, we can't speed it up.
Radio damage, sir!
I'm aware, it's fine. We're going under as fast as we can. Well, not really. We didn't crash dive, but in this situation, I don't think we need to crash dive. Why are we at 4 now? Freaking get under. It's like you can't make up your mind, or the seas are very rough.
Periscope.
Go! Have we just been sitting here floating because we haven't been going under? I'm not sure who to blame there, so I'm going to blame the crew. Obviously, this is Emil's fault. He's in charge of the diving, and he made sure we didn't dive. Ooh, maybe he's a spy. It's doubtful. Come on. Come on, Defiance. You can do it.
Engage electric motors!
Alright, well, I like the sound of that. Thankfully, we're under. Did we take much damage in there? Not really. The radio's a little bit banged up, but we've obviously taken worse damage from ships before. How about we get that up instead? Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I mean, they're probably not going to be moving. So where's the other ship? There's the other ship, right? Come on. All the way up?
Tracking new target. Firing 2.
Well, I mean, it would be stupid not to take that shot. Let's hit the water, check the torpedo. There it is. And I didn't necessarily want to take a torpedo shot here, but, and I certainly don't want to have to take 2 like I'm going to. Damn. That's fine. We can wait. Oh, I suppose if we're going to wait, I should probably get a second tube selected that's armed. No sense in hammering shift space on an empty tube. It's like running on an empty stomach. It's not advised. There we go. This should be a hit. We're very close. They're a freighter, so their ability to dodge shots should be limited. Granted, the angle's all screwy, and I agree that, you know, that's not really copacetic for firing torpedoes, but
Torpedo impact.
sometimes it just doesn't matter. Because sometimes you hit the right spot on a freighter. And, yeah, it's safe to say that guy's going under. Job well done, Defiance. Now, we've got another one. Oh, we got a shot, too.
Firing 2, 3.
This guy's much bigger. It shouldn't make that much of a difference. If we're just a bit delayed in our shot, the torpedo is going to curve and hit some of this ship. less of a successful shot, but well, I'm fairly confident. Yeah, they're going under too. Well. Oh, come on. Thank you. That was pretty successful. Oh, excuse me. That was very successful. I'm pleased. And yeah, these are definitely not Canadian ships. There's no Canadian emblem on there. These are Royal Marine or Royal Merchant Marine. I don't know if there was a Royal Merchant Marine. Torpedo missed. Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Let's check the old map ski. And those 2 freighters are about a quarter of what we need to accomplish. I am far less concerned about this mission. If 2 freighters got us that, then 1 convoy, conceivably, could finish the mission. There's very little concern about us, let's go ahead and pop that down, about us finishing this. The only concern is finding enough ships. However, I have faith in my ability to find 6 more ships before January in the game. And, well, certainly in real life, too. I can't really imagine, you know, a situation where we wouldn't be able to find 2 ships by January 2015. Correction, 6 ships by January 2015. So we're going to GTFO out of here. I'm not sure if these machine guns are still capable of firing or not. Regardless, I'm not going to risk it. And I'm going to sneak away under the water like a good submarine should. Careful, of course, to avoid hitting ships that are still in the process of sinking. And while we scurry off to find more targets, we can get these 2 suckers in frame. Nice.
Flag gun operational.
Watch them sink.
2, 1, ready. Surface the boat.
Probably out of range of any guns that might still be functioning.
Recharging batteries.
These guys are going down. Very pleased with that shot. That was prime shot placement. Quite happy. Are your engines still spinning? Or is that just fire? That's just fire. And how are you looking? Old liner you? Looking pretty waterlogged there. I don't know. It's not looking healthy for you. It's definitely not looking healthy for you. You are taking no time. Of course, when the front of your ship is a giant hole, you're going to wind up sinking pretty quickly. It's nitpicky, I know, but I'd like it if the hooks here were, if there was gravity in there so they would tilt down, and a lot of things that are very minor about the aesthetics of a sinking ship. But you zoom out, it doesn't matter, and it still looks eerie as hell. I love it. I love it. And these guys going down. Your days of transporting people or goods. I mean, let's not instantly go on the guilt trip here. You're probably full of chip batter or, you know, fish batter or something. Maybe potatoes from the fine province of PEI. Shout out to Canada. Regardless, you're done too. And in fact, the only thing that's left is the front section of this ship. So, you know, if any other ships happen to come by, they'll know. Although that won't be up forever. Yeah. Bye-bye. Have a good trip. The other section is gone, and you will be following shortly. Excellent. Well, let's get out of the cheaty view. And we are on the surface, so we don't need to be in the periscope view either. Another job well done by the crew of the Defiance. Wouldn't you say so, Dieter? Any promotion points? None whatsoever. Alrighty, well, we gotta find ourselves some more ships to sink. How are our fuel and things? We're doing okay. Took about 15% of our fuel to get here, so we're still doing just fine and dandy. I'm gonna be back when I find some more ships. See you guys in a bit. Alright. Well, we've come across another lone freighter out there. Dieter? Thank you very much, sir. And we're coming in at a really good angle, too. This would be a fine time for a torpedo shot, but I don't think we need it. And, well, the way Max is shooting. There you go. That's what we're talking about. And I guess this guy is headed straight for us. So we don't necessarily need to be going 17 knots. This might help make Max's shooting just a little bit more accurate. Sadly, it's just a lone freighter. Just all by his lonesome. But, you know, we're going to take it. We're going to take any ship we can get. It's not a convoy, but it's still part of the mission objective. Yeah, burn, explode, sink, other destructive things that, you know, would normally raise questions if you just started shouting out randomly during the day. I think it's safe to say this guy is destined for the bottom. Well, there goes the mast. Nice shooting. I appreciate a good shot like that. That is punching holes in the hull, making it look like Swiss cheese. That's the second hit on the bridge. Third hit on the bridge. There can't be much left to this ship or its ability to stay afloat. Thankfully, it's unarmed, so we can just shoot it to our heart's content, like that, and have it sink. And save! Excellent! Let's check the old mission objective. And a little bit more, not too much. I'm not sure if that actually counts. Sadly, it is kind of on the dividing line. But it wasn't a big ship. That's the thing. If we go over and take a look as it explodes into brilliance. Yeah, it's not a big freighter. So it's doing some damage. But I don't know if it's doing quite enough. You can see we're getting quite a few radio contacts as well, which are helpful. I picked up this guy over the radio, in fact. That is sadly looking like a rather big convoy that we just probably won't catch. Why is that like that? There we go. That's better. But, you know what? We're going to try. Because that sounds like fun. And if we do catch it, keep your fingers crossed that when I come back, we'll have a whole bunch of ships to look at and attack. Be back in a few. And sometimes patience pays off. We have a smorgasbord, to use that term, of ships in front of us. Of course, let's spin the periscope around the correct way. It's a nice calm night. The seas are not too rough. We've got a destroyer out there, but somewhere over here we've got a convoy. So, what are we gonna do? We're gonna hit this convoy. We're gonna hit it as hard as we can, because we can. Now, the destroyer is gonna be a bit of a pain. But this isn't the first time we've had to dodge one of these suckers, and it probably won't be the last. I'm not sure if it was a wow, why can I not say this? Graphical glitch? But it looked like the destroyer here in question had their searchlights out. And I'm not really sure if they did or not. But
Closing tube 3.
if they're aware of us, we're going to keep the torpedo. Yeah, they're definitely searching for something. We're not going to fire at least on two, perhaps even one. Kind of a tight angle. So perhaps we should avoid, well... So here's what we're going to do. 1, put down our periscope. 2, how fast are these guys going? 7 knots. So we can catch them underwater if we have to. 2,
Deeper.
we're going to go deeper. 3, we can see this convoy is going off in about that direction.
Current depth 20 meters. Current depth 30 meters.
So we're going to turn to sort of meet them. Now, that definitely sounds like depth charges, but it also is quite apparent that we are
Periscope
well
depth.
away from any of these potential depth charging. Oh dear. Let's go back to being deeper, shall we? And maybe cut our
All
engines.
stop. Current depth 20 meters.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Now, we're going to want to go about like so.
Slow speed ahead.
Slow speed ahead. And let's just see. That guy's gone that way. That escort's gone that way.
Minimum speed ahead.
Whoa!
Surface the boat.
Don't surface the
Periscope
damn
depth.
boat. Just get up to torpedo or periscope depth. Okay, good. So,
Slow speed
can
ahead.
we get slow speed ahead? We can. Beautiful. Let's pop up the periscope and see what we've got in range. And it looks like right in front of us,
Tracking new target.
we've got a target. And one right there,
Tracking new
too.
target.
I like it. Now we're pulling 6 knots, and the convoy, if I remember correctly, is pulling 9.
New waypoint. Course
So we're gonna need to go
3, 4,
faster.
4. Half speed ahead.
Up!
Slow speed ahead. Minimum speed ahead.
All right. Well, this guy right here, he's certainly going to be making life difficult for us. Let's see if we can't make our life a bit easier then, shall we? Man, that just want to fire everything.
Slow speed
We're going to
ahead.
have to kick speed up to try and catch that guy, and we're not going to be able to catch him. So we're going to have to kick speed up a lot. And that is kind of what I was hoping for, was for him to turn around.
Oh, stop.
Come on, you're in hunting mode now, right? Right? Come on.
Slow speed ahead.
It's a very juicy broadside shot on this guy. I just want to make sure I can actually get the shot lined up. Because it's kind of pointless to shoot if you're not going to hit him. So wait for it, wait for it. Los. Now, if this guy gets crafty, he's going to get crafty and dodge this torpedo. Thankfully, it's an electric one, so dodging should be difficult. Oh, are you looking for me? Do you think you hear me? How did that happen? I'll tell you how that happened. I got cocky. Still, though, that really... Was it too deep? I don't think I have these set too deep. We'll go to 1.5 meters because apparently... We've got to be caught. Oh, come on. Are you serious? Come on. There we go. Unfortunately, that had to move that. There we go.
Oh, stop.
That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, come on. You know where I am. Now, my only concern is that he's going to turn into the horrid section where the torpedo won't detonate because it's just a bit too close to our ship. Hopefully, that won't happen, though. Hopefully, everything will go off without a hitch, and we'll be able to sink this asshat. Let's just speed time up just a little bit. Yeah, this might not actually work. Although, you know what? Yeah, this isn't going to work. That's what you know.
Torpedo missed, sir.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of that today, I unfortunately feel. Well, we know where they are, and we can match speed
Damn it. Half speed ahead.
to cover them.
Current depth 20 meters.
Or to keep pace with them, kind of,
Tube one
anyway.
ready.
Now, I'm hoping we're able to keep those destroyers behind us.
Periscope depth.
And it looks like we might be able to do that.
Full
So
speed
let's
ahead.
kick our speed up to 4. We're going to be
New
burning
contact
through the battery
ship
power.
moving slow.
There's no
Close.
question about it.
Bearing 157. Long range.
But, oh, well, that's what happens when you talk during time acceleration. Eventually, things go poorly. Let's turn around to the front, see how close we are to these freighters. Still a ways out. How are we doing next to these guys? They are right close, aren't they?
Tracking new target.
Well, we've almost got a shot on that destroyer, so might as well take it. Let's get a bit closer in.
25. Low.
There we go. We'll see if that actually hits. I certainly hope it does. And we got that guy steaming in front of us. So let's load up our front tubes. And yeah, he is hauling ass to get back to the convoy. Oh, please hit. Please hit. No dice. Where did it even... Oh, we are not having any luck here today, are we?
Target marked.
Well, we've got another option. We know generally the direction these guys are going. We know generally a lot of things. We could just put a bunch of torpedoes in the water and hope that they hit. Might not be the best strategy, but it might be our only strategy. I would prefer it if that wasn't the case. But sometimes, you know, you just don't have a choice. Let's see if we can get fancy here and get him on a passing shot. Let's make sure that this is actually going to hit. There we go. Fire. I hope you hit. We're close. You should be nicely above the waterline. My only concern here is that, you know, these electric torpedoes just aren't fast enough. Although that is definitely going to be fast enough.
Torpedo impact.
Should have been warming them up too. Oh well. I would say that that was a fairly decent shot. I would imagine that this ship is going to very quickly stop. And then become crippled. So they're basically not a threat anymore. We can continue after these guys. Our battery power is at half, which is not the best. Okay, so it looks like the other escort here has decided to turn around. In an effort to help his friend out. I don't want to be the one to tell him, you know, that's probably not a good idea. So maybe someone else will. Someone like an electric torpedo that's been properly warmed up. He is making a turn, so we want to be mindful of that. And... oh, come on. I just want to get out of the periscope view. Sort of line that up, see what's going on. Cut our engines. Hit F12 to warm that old torpedo up. And Los. Not the most accurate shot. And we are slowly running out of torpedoes. But once this second escort gets taken care of, we can pop up and start pounding these guys from the surface. So, you know, that option is always there. It is always available. It's looking pretty good. I don't know. They might get dodgy. It might go under. It might go by. See, what's frustrating is when it goes through the ship. And I'm just not sure, you know, what the heck happened to it. Doesn't make my life as a sub-captain any easier. Although one would also suggest that in a situation like this, it might be best to just back it up a little bit. Or blind fire the sucker. There is always that option. When they're this close, though, you can't really be certain that it would hit appropriately. Are you coming in for a ram? Shoot. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, that cannot be good.
Current depth 20 meters.
Okay. They very clearly rammed us.
0 meters.
Let's get a shot of this while it's happening. Auf Wiedersehen. They very clearly rammed us.
Current depth.
We haven't taken any
0
damage.
meters.
I'm concerned. Mainly, I'm concerned, we'll go back to that depth, that my difficulty settings might not be going on. So is there a way I can check that? Options. No. Well, damn. That probably should have killed us. But it didn't. So I'm gonna go with it. Let's get back up to periscope depth.
Torpedo missed, sir.
I have no clue how or why we got as lucky as we did there, but I'm going to go with it. I'm not going to question it. These things happen sometimes, and it's best to accept it and just move on with your life, you know? How fast are you going? 7 knots. And I certainly don't want to tempt fate again. Alright. Let's warm that puppy up. And what I would give for a couple of steam torpedoes right now.
2, 1, ready.
Now he's going to be turning probably to come in straight at us. I want to kind of cheat it to one side. And we'll see how that goes. Still right down the side of it, I would imagine. Not quite enough cheating. Magnetic triggers, you would be a wonderful thing. I would love for you to actually magnetically work. Alright, back down. Don't know why we dropped down to 50. That just means we're going to take more time to get up. I'm aware the torpedo missed. Almost there, and... Alright. Hello.
Target marked.
See, and we could guess it, right? Like, we could say, that'll be good, and give it a try.
Slow speed ahead.
But I'm not going to risk it. I need the torpedoes for those freighters that are not dying. So let's see if we can't... I mean, obviously they can see us or hear us. And he's just happily circling around us. Last known position directly behind, but I would imagine he's no longer there. Oh, no, there he is. Well behind us. Traveling 10 knots. We're traveling 6, which is definitely not fast enough to catch these freighters. And we're very quickly running out of battery power. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to stop. We're going to drop.
Take her deeper. Current depth 20 meters.
We're going to go back up.
Depth.
Where is he? There.
Target marked.
Warm up the torpedo. And in the hopes that this guy is going to turn into us, cheat it back a little bit. And let's see if that's going to be successful. Not searching for us. Well, he is searching for us, but he's not finding us, which is good. Ooh, I am liking that shot. And again, it's through. I don't know what they're doing. They can't change their depth. But it's like it's just passing through them. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being absolutely, totally incompetent. But what it appears to me is that it's passing through them, and it's kind of starting to piss me off a little bit. Especially since it's night, and these are the electric torpedoes that they're not supposed to see.
Torpedo depth set to 1 meters.
Like, if we set this to 1 meter, right? Theoretically, no way that they're going to be able to spot it. Now let's... Oh, come on! Missed my shot now, haven't I? Nope, we're going to take it. And now we're going to follow it. Maybe... Oh, freaking zoomed out to 3,000 meters. That would be why I can't find it. Alright. So it should be passing us. And there it goes.
Torpedo impact.
All right, well, that's all I needed to see. That's the second destroyer that we have disabled. How many torpedoes have we got left? We got 3 left? All right.
Half speed ahead.
You're not going to be able to catch me. And now we can surface.
2, 1, ready.
And we shouldn't have any problems whatsoever. Catching up with the freighters. Any signs of him, gentlemen? Might be that. There's a tendency to see shadows. And we can still make out their radio contacts or their hydrophone contacts. Aha ha 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 ha!
Bearing 355.
There we have it. Oh, that is a thing of beauty. Oh, that's wonderful. And I think that is going to be a great place to leave the video. So next time, we'll sink these 3 ships. Sounds like fun. Save game. Freighters ahoy! We'll give that a good old-fashioned save. Thumbs up if you have enjoyed this video. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.